Hi everybody, Puffin here. This is a continuation of the thank you to my subscribers video. 242 subscribers, which thank you so much. And to everyone who subscribes in the future, thank you. This is also my tribute to Front 242 because of having 242 subscribers. The last video was about how I discovered or was introduced to Front 242. This is just about the songs on this particular album. Probably still my favorite Front 242 album, not just because it's the first one I heard, but I just really love some of the songs on here. And there's a few that I wanted to mention in particular, because a lot of them are instrumental, so it's hard for me to say much about other than, to talk about the way they make me feel. Listen to them, see how they make you feel. Good songs all the way through. But some that stood out to me when I first heard it, and as I mentioned in the last video, just had the tape on repeat at a friend's house when I was a teenager, young teenager. Enjoyed the whole thing really in the background, and then enjoyed the songs that I was like listening to that stuck out that I was paying attention to when they came on. Which some of those, Rerun Time or Television Station, the beginning of the album, I forget which one it is right now. The lyrics are blended in with the music, and that's generally the case with Front 242. Sometimes they're very hard to hear. I think this will be interesting if you've heard the song before to hear me sing it, if you haven't heard the song before to hear me sing it, and then to hear this actual song the way it really sounds. But what I remember and hear of the lyrics, hey man, you better move aside or I'll run you over. I'm on my way to the dump and I'm dum 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 dum. And the rest of it, like the music kicks in, the beat kicks in, it sounds pretty awesome. The words sound pretty awesome with the music. And to me, it always had a message of being somewhat satirical, like criticizing the executive who, the entertainment TV music executive who's more important, who will run you over on their way to the dump, to throw out the old stuff, to throw out last year's crop of stuff to make room for the new, whatever it is. And I don't know that much of the meaning. As I mentioned, the lyrics fade into the music. The lyrics blend in with the music with that song. I've never heard the end of that song. I don't think they print lyrics now. They don't print lyrics on the reissue anyway. And when I did read a little bit about Front 242, one of the things they said was that people were turning up their albums real loud, turning up their music real loud to try to hear the lyrics, to try to make out the lyrics, but that they weren't really intending for the lyrics to be the focus, which I think is an interesting kind of philosophy. Something that, if they promote any, this is where I cut off on my last video. If Front 242 promotes any types of bad things, then I'm not aware of it, so I'm sorry to share in any promotion of them for that. But I wouldn't think they do, because part of the philosophy seems, hey, it's not just about, a lead singer, and I think they maybe have two different people who do the vocals when they have them. It's not about a lead singer or a star or something like that. It's not about the same music manufacturing system that was before. It's a fairly alternative style of music, in my opinion. It's a industrial electronic style of music, just as you can kind of tell from their 90s repackaging of the album covers and the original art, as I tried to show better in the first video. But to focus a little bit more on the music again, the song Master Hit, a song about a slave killing his master, tends to lead you to think they're an anti-fascist, not a fascist type group. The music is, like I mentioned, kind of militaristic, kind of aggressive. They have a song called Aggressiva Do. And they have, it's kind of a punching type sound that people seem to have appreciated in lots of different bands since then, and those bands might have some sort of negative messages. This band, Front 242, has that style and seems to have a very positive anti-war type of message to go with it. So even though, as you can tell, some of the images are somewhat militaristic, the messages of the music seems to be anti-militaristic, even though it has that type of style in the sound as well. So Master Hit, a song about the slave killing his master, followed by Slaughter, a song about war. A song that I think is mostly samples to invoke reports of war, that it's been a slaughter. And that's another interesting thing about this band from 1986, 87. They'd be using so much electronic music and also to bring in so many samples of media stuff, which was, going on in rap and other genres as well at that time. But just, it's really cool to hear all those samples. Quite Unusual is going to be my favorite song, track 7 on this album. So it would have been like, first song on one side of the tape or near the end of the other side of the tape, something like that. Yeah, I guess because this has got some bonus tracks on it. So anyway, just fantastic song. And I still just, one of these songs that just jumps into my head sometimes randomly, any given day. Just what I remember, what sticks out to me right now, the chorus, the way the morning broke was quite unusual. Something, there's lyrics in there I don't understand. As much as I love the lyrics of the song, I've never looked it up, found out what they're really supposed to be, or if there's even an official version of the lyrics. But I should have woken up at once, but this was no concern of mine, so I kept on dreaming. And some of it I might have deciphered the lyrics, I just don't remember them right now. Listen to it, great song. Just look up Front 242, Quite Unusual. It's a fantastic song. It's fairly obvious from the lyrics, more obvious than the Grateful Dead's Morning Dew, that it's about the same thing. There's like a nuclear holocaust. What are you going to do about it now? Like, now it's already happened, so what are you going to do about it? So it's like, I should have gone into some type of emergency mode. But it wasn't my business. I didn't create this thing. I didn't make this possible. I didn't make this happen. So I kept on dreaming. That's such a powerful line to me, both like, basically you died and got wiped out, because when the morning broke too early, meaning a nuclear bomb hit instead of the sun coming up, but it looked like the sun, and it was quite unusual, then you got killed, right? Kept on dreaming suggests, the afterlife is like a dream. There's a whole lot of meaning in that. There's a whole lot of meaning in saying I kept on dreaming, like I was never woke. This is 1986, 1987, 20 years before we had woke around in our terms, but the meanings have always been there to these archetypal ideas of sleeping. Jesus talked about people being asleep, waking up. So these meanings have always been there. Sleep is, in some ways synonymous or metaphor for death. But also, if you kept on dreaming to avoid this problem, then you're going to end up being woken up by this problem. And that's kind of where I think there's a good criticism. So just a fantastic song. Listen to it, leave your comments about your ideas about stuff, or just check it out because you'll enjoy it. That's the extent of the songs with lyrics on them, that not just woven in samples and stuff. But there seems to be a good message to all of it. Check it out. I've always liked the album. It's been one of my favorite Front 242 albums, but they're all pretty good. Front by Front, Geography, no comment. The back catalog would have been a Retrospecticus. Tyranny for You were all the albums available at this time. They made at least a few more since then. I should catch up and see if they've made some since then. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, because it was thanks to you, 242 subscribers, that we got to this point, that I even thought, wow, I've got 242 subscribers. What a great time to make a video honoring Front 242. So I hope you enjoy the video and enjoy the future ones. Oh, just to mention, I wore this shirt to honor them, because I don't have like a Front 242 shirt, but I looked in my drawer like, what do I got? Oh, that's perfect, because it's the same thing. I got this shirt from GameStop when the GameStop employees was like, oh, this guy loves Nintendo. Let's give him the promotional. This is when the Wii came out, and I don't know who this guy is, I'm sorry to say. But obviously some type of fighter, some type of boxer, and showing him this aggressive pose with the Wii controllers and nunchuck. And I enjoyed the shirt and loved it, but I feel like it's very appropriate for a Front 242 video, because they have that aggressive military hard edge style, and yet they've got a good message. As far as I can tell, they've got a good message that ultimately promotes having fun in life, not taking things so seriously or buying into, programming and socialization things that say this is the way it is, and avoiding the ones that threaten everyone's existence, such as, nuclear military industrial complex getting out of control. So that's one reason I really love that song. But there's a lot of messages, I believe, in a lot of their music, and a a lot of good social criticism. So hopefully you enjoy that part, or just enjoy the music as well if you haven't already heard of them, or let me know if you have and what some of your stories and experiences are. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned. And thanks for subscribing again. And so cool to have 242 subscribers, and hope you enjoyed the video for Front 214.